Hi guys, so this one's just going to be a quick kind of breakdown on working out where my budget is going. I don't know if I'm going to the bank today or tomorrow, but I will do a separate video on cash envelope stuffing. Ignore my voice. I sound really bunged up because I've caught what my sister and brother-in-law and my nephews have had, so I'm just feeling really bunged up, but not COVID, so that's all good. So I was debating whether or not I was going to do this on camera or off camera, like working it out, but honestly sometimes it takes me so long to do it that I thought it'd just be easier to talk through it rather than do it on camera, because otherwise you're looking at probably like a half an hour video of me just rambling. So anyway, we got paid a tad bit early, so we got paid on the Thursday before Christmas. So what I do is I break down what I get. So wages I like to keep the same every single month, so that's 1339. I did quite a bit of overtime. I think I did 6 or 7 hours this month, and that worked out for £4. And then PayPal, I've been really getting into using Atapol and Qme, however you want to say it. So I've been using those, and I also I mentioned before that I was getting an allergic reaction to some gel nail polishes that I have. One of my friends has just got into it, so she wanted my glitter polishes, and I sold them. I think I sold 4 of them for about £12, £13, because they were used, they weren't brand new. So that is, and my overtime is going towards my 50 envelope challenge from pinching the pennies. So altogether that's 1410. I'm not actually going to include these in my budget, but you'll see that as we go on. So I write down all my direct debits and the date that they're coming out, just so I know. So rent goes into a Monzo pot for my brother-in-law and sister. Monzo is just for coffees or any other like little things that I just need to tap quickly for. It does get £50. I'm trying not to use it all, which is kind of hard. The coffee man comes by work every single day around 10 o'clock, and they're not as extortionate as like Starbucks prices, but they can add up obviously. Chip is something I rate about quite a lot. It's similar to Monzo, except you don't get a card, so it's entirely just for saving, and I put £50 away. My phone comes out on 28th, that's £23. Prime £7.99, Spotify £9.99. Dad, I mentioned this before, but I linked my card to my dad's Simone account, and that's £10. He tends to forget about it for a few months and then pay me back all at once, which is fine by me because I'll probably just end up going back into the envelope challenge. Apple extra storage is 79p, and then Centre Parks is something that obviously is a one-off payment, but my parents paid my bit of holiday when we went to Centre Parks, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to pay them back at the end of the month. I owe no one then. So that was £200. So altogether that comes to 551.77. Okay, and then fixed expenses, basically what I'm just going to keep in the bank because that's not actually like a bill. So I decided this month to put some money away for Boxing Day, just in case there was anything I wanted or needed in the sales. This recently changed, so obviously Boxing Day was yesterday, and I looked, but I didn't want it to be a case of just spending for the sake of having it, and I pretty much bought my majority of things that I wanted on Black Friday. So I'm going to start my list again, and yeah, just not buy. So £50 that actually went towards a gift card for a present that I kind of forgot to budget for, one of my brother-in-laws. I just got him a gift card to game for his PlayStation, so that's £50. And then £50 I decided I was gonna still treat myself to a Switch game, but it was £50 on the online store, but on Amazon for the physical it was 40, which is fine by me because I kind of like having a balance between physical games and online in terms of like keeping the cards and whatnot. So I actually got it for £40 rather than £50, so that excess £10 will actually be included in my budget, which we'll see. Buffer is something I always like to keep in my bank, because I don't know about you guys, but I tend to sometimes buy things I don't budget for, so I kind of want to keep £50 in case I've worked out my calculations slightly wrong, or something spontaneous and unbudgeted comes out. And then spending is technically a cash envelope, but it's one I just keep on me at all times. So I've usually have £10 for my last envelope, would be £10 a month, but I've upped it to £20, and that works out £5 a week. This is just for like if my sister needs me to pick up bread and milk on the way home, etc. I don't want to pay by card, because at the shop I go to it's like a £5 minimum, and I don't really want to spend for the sake of spending, so that's 170 altogether. And then in terms of my envelopes, hair's getting 20. I do kind of want to get a haircut at some point. At the minute it's only got, I think, £10 in it. Beauty's getting 40. Like I previously mentioned, I do have a pedicure this month, which is £25, and then I just wanted to stock it up a little bit more, just in case I need toiletries or anything like that. Treat Yourself's only getting 5, which sounds really sad, but because I budgeted for Boxing Day, and that's technically like a treat, I didn't want to go overboard, so £5 for that. Home is getting £10. Activities £20. It's just my budgeting, my baking. Oh my gosh, start talking properly. Social is getting 20. My birthday's coming up, and I have a separate envelope, as you'll see later, called holiday, that I'm using to budget to go to London and go for cocktails and theatre with my friend. But I want to do something up here in the Midlands, so I'm trying to increase that. Gifts is getting 10. It's my brother-in-law's birthday in January, so I'll need to grab him something, not sure what yet. He's like the fussiest person ever, who just buys himself as and when he needs to. Food is a new one, and that's getting £20. My sister kind of threw a fit about this and was like, why do you need that? You don't need that, we've got you. And I'm like, please. Last month or the month before, no one was home except me, because my sister had a hospital visit, so I had to buy groceries, which is fine, it just wasn't budgeted, and I used it to like stock up the entire cupboards and stuff, so I'm budgeting just in case that happens again. So that comes to £145, and then we do have sinking funds, so I've decided to start stuffing Christmas again. It's only going to be a tiny amount at the minute, but I did say with my 50 envelope challenge that it might go towards Christmas, and that might be the case, but I just don't want to stop stuffing, because if that makes sense to me that if I do, I'd have to budget larger and larger amounts as I go on, and once I probably will have to do that nearer the end of the year, at least I'm contributing something to help ease myself. Health is getting £10. Driving lessons, like I said, I did book one lesson this month coming up, January, so I want to add another £50 to that. Emergency's getting 40, and holiday is getting 50, because like I said, my birthday's in early Feb, so I'll obviously have a paycheck before that, but I want to just keep it going. So that came to 170, and then like I said before, my PayPal and my overtime is going towards the 50 envelope challenge, so I've got £71 in total to go towards that. I'll probably do the £50 envelope, and then I'm not sure about the rest. So like I said, I didn't know whether I was going to do a cash stuffing either today or tomorrow, depending on when we're going to town, but that'll be a separate video. If you want to see how my brain works, this is how my brain works. So once I figured out how much I had spare, and when I say spare I mean like no bills, no electronics, just cash, I abbreviated every single cash envelope, and then the ones that I knew how much I wanted I would put down, and then I'd be left with the rest of them, and then I'd work out how much I wanted to put to each. So yeah, it looks a bit messy, a little bit crazy, and it takes me a while. Maybe one day I'll do a video on it, but honestly it'll just be me sitting there for ages like, what am I going to do? So I've actually used one of my aesthetic budget cash withdrawal cards, and I'm going to take this to the bank. So I'm taking 406 out. It says 317, but that is without the 71 or 81 pounds. So, because like I said, which I've forgotten to mention, because I only spent £40 out of the 50 that I was budgeting for myself out of the Boxing Day fund, an additional £10 going in there. So I'm not actually sure where that £10 going. That'll be something I decide on my cash stuffing video, but for now I've got this. I'm going to take it to the bank, and yeah, it'll be another video for you guys. So thank you for watching. If anyone has any questions or any recommendations for like lighting or what equipment they use to film these videos, I'm super interested. I've only got this stand, and I'm not sure if I'm completely sold on it, to be honest, but yeah, I hope everyone has a great day, and yeah, I hope you had a great Christmas.